Hi, I'm Jamie Swain, and welcome to your virtual VPM tour. We're very excited to bring you into our home so you can see what we do behind the scenes. You all know us as your local PBS and NPR station, where we bring you your favorite shows like Nature, Nova, and Masterpiece, and also your NPR shows like All Things Considered or Morning Edition. But we also create a lot of local programming that you'll only find here on VPM, where we create content that keeps you connected to what matters. So come take a look, and we're happy to have you virtually join us.
Welcome to 23 Sesame Street, home of VPM, VPM Studios, PBS, NPR, radio, TV, digital, all of your favorite characters from your favorite PBS shows, Sesame Street, Arthur, covering news, history, education, art, and science, and been well recognized for their contribution to the community. Let's take a look around.
At our radio studio, we produce two things. Actually, that's where VPM News originates. So when you listen to Phil Lyles in the morning or Benjamin Dolly in the afternoon, they are the ones that bring you our drive time programming, and then our reporters as well at VPM News. But the other thing we have is VPM Music, where you can get classical and jazz and world music, and that also originates out of our studio. VPM News is actually done at our studio at the Arboretum, and our music is here at 23 Sesame Street.
We are on the air at VPM Radio Studios, NPR PBS. There are 3 radio studios within 23 Sesame Street. Each is capable of recording and beaming a radio show out live wherever the radio can reach you. That's anywhere within the greater Richmond region out to Shenandoah and anyone with an internet connection. This gives you an idea of the scope of the music library that they have here at VPM, and that does not begin to cover the digital assets. It all goes out through a machine about the size of a person.
Welcome to our television studio space at VPM. This is where we create a lot of your local programming, like Virginia Currents and Virginia Homegrown. We also hosted 3 debates here recently.
This is the Virginia Decides 7th Congressional District Forum, brought to you in partnership with Chamber RVA and VPM News. Presented by Altria, sponsored by Capital One, Dominion Energy Center, and Hirschler. This evening's moderator is Robert Costa from Washington Week. Tonight's candidates for the 7th Congressional District are Abigail Spanberger and Nick Freitas.
This is where our crew comes in, and we're able to have the big studio where we can fit a lot of people, and we have a smaller studio as well for maybe smaller, more intimate productions. But this is where it all happens.
This is where it all happens. Studio A is recording, so let's start with Studio B. Studio B is a place, it's a little bit smaller than Studio A, but it's a great place to keep all of the various things that we need for sets. We can see we've got a green screen there, we've got various pieces of background, some set pieces, and a lot of extra toys that we can use, lighting and sound equipment that kind of lays there and wait until we're ready to use it. Lots and lots and lots of extra cables, some for sound, some for video, some for internet connection, some for data. Let's take a quick look in Studio A in between takes here, see what we've got set up. Looks like we're getting ready to do pledge. Everything is lit and beautiful. You can see the stage there, and then behind the stage we've got cameras, and we've got lots and lots and lots of lighting. You see that grid pattern up there? Hundreds of lights all connected to this board right here. It controls it all. Light is the most important thing in any video. The second most important part is the camera that captures what you have lit. So we've got a couple of cameras available here. We've got some extra lights. We've got some extra cables. We've even got over here, if you can see, we've got a camera set up on a jib arm. What that can do is create some of those sweeping arcing shots within a studio space. It's a very useful tool to have. This right here is our soundboard where we can control all the various microphones. We've got one on our talent right here and a cameraman watching the action go down. But behind the scenes, we've got a massive board showing all the various video inputs, audio inputs, and one board to control them all. Our great friend Phil is here running that. We've got Dan helping to support him there. Everybody is masked up and socially distant to keep safe while we're keeping production rolling. See, Allison there is keeping track of things and running the teleprompter while the video is getting played. Make sure everything runs smoothly.
In addition to our work here at VPM Studios at 23 Sesame Street, we can also leave the building and cover events all around our region, including JMU football and the governor's speeches. And the way we do that is we have a mobile truck. So we have a remote truck that our crew can get in and go all around the region and send back live programming. They can cover live events like the governor's annual speech. And we can also do tape recorded things. But it's just a great opportunity for us to take the truck out and about and cover all of the amazing events here in our region.
Okay, so this is my favorite part. This is one of the coolest things in the entire VPM studio. They're pretty new. These are 2 trucks that they've created and outfitted to be able to go anywhere in Virginia and to be able to do all the things that the studio can do from the comfort of a truck. That same board that we saw Phil working on is right here and can control as many cameras as we had in the studio. That audio board that we're looking at right now can run 16 tracks. There's another space in the back here where you can have somebody running master control and making sure all of the data is getting to the satellites. A ton of memory and processing power in this machine. And then this whole truck is just dedicated to sound. Another 16 tracks audio available. Now back here is where we keep all of the cool toys that we take along with us to a shot. You can't take a truck out there to run everything without cameras, and tripods, and batteries, tools to fix them, audio equipment, various odds and ends and connectors. Now, when I was a kid, this is how we would use our media. Reel-to-reels, tapes, tape decks, VHS, SVHS, beta, all of that data was stored on a vast array of tapes. You can see how much space that takes up. Now we can do everything you could do in a giant editing suite with one computer and several monitors and a couple of hookups. This setup here is one of 3 that they have at the VPM studios. It's really cool because it's also set up with a soundboard and a microphone setup to do voiceovers, which is exactly what we're doing right now. All of this data that's being pushed from the VPM studio and also to the VPM studio would go through what was a master control suite. It used to look like this. Now it looks much more like this, where it's a series of servers and a couple of monitoring pieces of equipment that lets you know everything that's going on there. You can see here where we've got the national feeds coming to 2 different stations, one that's running a show about babies and another that is running a show you may be familiar with, Sesame Street. Our good friend Cookie Monster there looks like he's getting some cooking lessons. All of this is a huge amount of HD video signal that's being passed through a vast array of servers that's not only saving the data, but it's also parsing the data out so that we can take it from the national signal and then put it back out in our local signal. And it all goes through these satellites and these huge antennas that you could probably see from miles away when you're anywhere near 23 Sesame Street.
Well, we've been doing a lot more digital programming since people get their content in so many different ways. In fact, more people are streaming now that they're home and spending more time on their computers. So you can go to vpm.org and see all of our great shows. We also do some original digital programming, such as a series that we have called Brewer Sessions. If you know what the NPR Tiny Desk is like, it's basically musicians who go into a small space and record, and we do that here in Richmond at Brewers Cafe. But we also create other original digital content and on social media, so you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at MyVPM. So you may know that we changed our name a year ago. We went from the Community Idea Stations to VPM since we have a larger footprint that goes from Richmond, Charlottesville to the Shenandoah Valley. So we wanted to better knit together all of our stations under the name VPM. But this year we rolled out a campaign called Connected to What Matters because we wanted people to have a better sense of what VPM stood for. And so the whole idea is that we're bringing you news, we're bringing you programming, we're bringing you education, we're bringing you local, and hopefully what we're doing is bringing you the content that can connect you and your family to what really matters. Thank you for joining us on this virtual tour of 23 Sesame Street in the VPM studios. I hope that when we're able to have you in person that you'll come back and see us sometime. Thanks for joining us.